So you can just wiggle around. You might want to walk your hips under or shoulders or lengthen your neck. But give everything a shake. And then we'll pop our hands on our bellies. We're going to take 4 deep breaths in and out through the nose. So just take a full breath in, just feel your belly rising. And then exhale back out through the nose. Just feel your belly falling. Again, a nice big breath in. And then a full breath back out. So if you like, you put your hands on your ribs. On the next inhale, feel your ribs expand outwards into your hands. Your belly still filling it. And then exhale, feel them fall. And then last one of them, inhale, feel your ribs expand outwards into your hands. And then exhale, feel it, your ribs fall. So just put your hands back onto your belly on your inhale. So you can keep your belly a little bit flat, so not fully expanding. Bit of contraction there. Your waist expanding, ribs, chest, back expanding. And then exhaling. Feel even more contraction on the exhale, maybe you're drawing up of your pelvic floor muscles as well. Just one more like that, so inhale, so your belly's staying pretty still. And then exhaling. And just pop our hands out by your sides then, and just continue breathing in that pace. So just inhale. And then exhaling fully. Right, take another inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to lift our head and shoulders up off the floor, reach towards our feet with our hands, and draw our belly in and up. And on the inhale, we just slowly lower the head and shoulders back down. So again, exhale, let's lift our head and shoulders back up. Maybe see we can lift up a little bit further. And then inhale as we lower ourselves back down. Try and keep the ribs pulled in as we lower. Exhale, let's lift up, maybe even a little bit further, almost 3/4 of the way sitting up, depending on how we feel, though we stay low if we need to. And then inhale as we lower. And then last one then, exhale, so you can come all the way up to sit. And when we get to top, let's push into the hands, pull our hips back so we sat nice and upright. Or wiggle so you sat nice and upright, or put a pillow underneath your bum to help you. And we're going to bring our legs towards each other. You might need to soften the knees as well, there's a lot of pull down the back of them. We're going to inhale, lift our chest up, so you're trying to ground down through your sit bones, find length in your spine. And then exhale, we're just going to walk ourselves forward until you start feeling a stretch in the back. So keep your spine long. And then we'll inhale, tuck our chin in. Just notice the stretch maybe further up the back as we sit back upright, unravel, sit nice and tall. And then exhale, we're going to circle forward towards the legs. So we'll do 2 more of them. Inhale, we can tuck our chin in, just watch the stretch. As we do so, we'll sit back upright. And then exhale, so we can lean even further forward, straighten the knees a little bit more maybe. And then last time, then inhale, we can wave ourselves back up to sit. When I sit is upright, pull your belly in or ribs. Exhale as we fold. And we're going to just stay in the straightforward stretch here. So another, say, 4 deep breaths. So you be quite active if you like to. You can really curl the toes towards you, press the heels away. You might even start to press the knees a little into the ground. If you hyperextend the knee like me and the heels lift, so maybe just not fully press the knees down so you can keep the heels grounded too, but the legs will still be active. So just 2 more breaths then, maybe going deeper on each one. Feel free to wave around a little bit, relax the shoulders, head. Just notice how tucking the chin in will pull more on that back line, so you can always play around with your head position. And then on the next breath out, this time we're going to brace and slowly lift ourselves up, back up to sit. Just bring the hands behind us, just lean backwards. As we lean back, let's pull the knees in. and so the feet are flat on the floor away from us a little. So we're coming into a tabletop, hands in a cuddle position, squeeze the shoulders together, press down into the feet, into the hands. We're going to start to lift the hips out and the knees pretty much end up in line with the ankles. So you can keep rolling the shoulders down, keep pushing through the hands, keep lifting the hips up, and then exhale, just slowly sink the hips back down again. So we do 3 more of them. So inhale, prepare. Exhale, then we're going to push the floor away, just start to lift the hips up. So you can keep bringing the hips through, keep shoulders squeezing back, keep lifting, really push into the hands, inhale at the top, exhale as we sit back down. So nice and easy. Let's do 2 more, inhale. Feel free to adjust the hand position, see how that feels as well if you want to change the angle. Inhale at the top of your shoulder, tabletop. Head's always comfortable for your neck as well. Exhale as you lower. And last one, inhale. Exhale then as we press down, lift up. So inhale at the top of your bridge, tabletop. And exhale, let's lower our hips back down. So straighten out the left leg, we're going to keep our right leg bent. Pop in our left hand behind us. So just a single arm now, it's a bit more intense. You're going to roll onto your little toe side of the left foot. This right foot may come onto our tiptoe, it's like a wild thing you're coming into. So on the inhale, is push into your left hand, left foot, right foot as well. So you can drive the hips upwards. And then we're going to hold still here and just play around and keep driving the hips up. Keep lifting out that left shoulder, keep spreading the weight nicely through the left hand. Play around and reach that right hand overhead, keep lifting up. If you need to come back down at any point, you can always just come back down. Play around with grounding through the right foot or even coming onto your tiptoes. Keep lifting the hips up. And from here, we're going to spin into downward facing dog. So let's start to get weightless on the right foot, get more weight in the left and slowly spin so we're facing the other way. You might want to adjust yourself on the mat, walk yourself across, and then you can always pedal the legs out, bend the knees, press one heel back and then the other. Keep winding through the shoulders or wrap the triceps under. Keep pushing the floor away with the hands. Head's pretty much in between the ears, so rather than pulling yourself all the way through, make sure you're not overdoing anything. And shoulders there. Just feel free to sway around a little bit. So let's move into our down dog split. So start with the right leg in the air. So just keep your left foot grounded. Inhale, reach the right foot back and up. Down dog split, and then exhale, just push a little further into the left leg. So you might want to bend, straighten the left knee a bit more, push the heel down a bit more. Lift the hips a bit more. Inhale there. Exhale, let's bring the right knee under towards the forehead. So just swoop it under, really push the floor with the hands, draw the knee into the chest, and then inhale back into down dog split. 3 more. Exhale, right knee under. Draw it in and then inhale, down dog split. So 2 more. Exhale, right knee under. Inhale, down dog split. And then last one, let's exhale, bring the right knee under. So you can hold it and just keep lifting it as high up to your chest as possible. When you're ready to sit down, you're going to bring the right knee towards the left hand, so across the body, and then spin our left foot round so it ends up sitting back down. So hips are on the floor evenly, so adjust yourself, right knee's bent and left leg straight out. So you can inhale down, sit on a pillow if you need to, lift the chest up, and then exhale, we're going to fold straight down the middle. If you need to support the right knee or bend the left knee, feel free to bend. So like we did with the straight leg, inhale, let's lift the chest up a little bit, see if we can get a bit more reach or length, and then exhale, let's fold forward and in, down right down the middle. So 2 more, just go as far as you feel a stretch of your inner thigh, left leg, left hamstrings, maybe right hip or back body. So no straining pain anywhere. So inhale, lift in, exhale, fold in. And once we've kind of walked forward a few times, we're going to just stay and stay really still in the posture. And if you want to be quite active, you can flex the left foot, turn the toes up. Again, you can push the left knee down, engage the left thigh, draw the left heel away, keep that left hip grounded, and the shoulders away from the ears. Just relax the arms, so we'll be back on them in a moment. Just really feel inside what's going on here. So on your next breath in, prepare. Exhale, let's brace, let's roll back out. is put the hands back over the side of the right leg, push into them, spin onto your left tiptoe, step the right foot to the inside of the hands. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't get legs, we can adjust the legs in a moment. Let's walk ourselves round so we're facing the left leg, so spinning all the way around on the mat. Okay, so we can really lift the right knee here or rest the knee down if you want to go easier today, see how you feel. And from here we're going to plant the right hand down and circle the left hand behind and all the way upwards towards the ceiling. So we're twisting, press into that right hand, keep bringing your chest through, and keep scooping that left outer hip inwards or inner thighs together and really engage that back right leg if you're in the air. You can push onto your right foot so you can push yourself forward, get less weight on that right foot as possible. If the knee's coming way past the ankle, you might want to slide the right foot a bit further back behind you. And we're going to have a go. If you've got loads of energy, you can always turn the gaze to the left hand, so you come on off your right hand, so coming onto your right fingertips, really push into your left foot, left hand can swoop behind the back, and then right elbow can cross over the knee. So we're going to be moving into a forward lunge and then back here. So as you inhale, you can either drop the hands down or push into your left foot and lift it up right into a high lunge, or hands on the floor lunge. Exhale, let's lean forward and twist towards the left again. Really lift the right knee there. So 3 more. Inhale as you lift yourself up to centre. We're going to repeat after this for the other side. Exhale as you twist. So 2 more. Inhale, push into that left foot. If you're going quite a big step, it might be a little bit wobbly or challenging, so don't worry. See, last one then. Inhale, push into your left foot, let's wave up. You don't need to bend the back knee in the high lunge. Exhale, let's drop the hands down and we'll step backwards into downward facing dog. Inhale, let's lift high onto your tiptoes and roll ourselves into a plank or a kneeling plank. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze your elbows into your sides, you lower yourself onto your front. Use your knees if you need to. And tuck your toes then. Inhale, we'll lift the chest into an easy-ish cobra. So shoulders back, elbows in, and draw the chin in or head back. And exhale, let's lower ourselves back down. So I'm going to take a kneeling push-up or a full push-up. So inhale, plank. And then exhale, lift the hips into downward facing dog. You're going to come back to sit then. Inhale, lift onto tiptoes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forwards, walk, step or hop. So if you want to, you can go for a right leg, left leg cross and roll onto your bum and then uncross the legs and just straighten them back out. Lift your hips and then replace them back down. So let's flex the feet. Inhale, let's sit nice and upright, lift the chest. Exhale, let's come back into our straight leg fold. So 3 more ways. Inhale, lift it up. Curl the toes a bit more if you like. Exhale, let's refold in it a little bit closer. So 2 more. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Hollow your stomach. Exhale as you fold. Just go at your own pace if I tend to go a bit quick or so. And then final one, then inhale, let's lift up. And then we're staying still again. So just 4 breaths. Just really feel your knee go a bit deeper now compared to the first time. A little bit more open. Just notice any differences from when we were first here. It's a nice stretch right down the back line of the body. Okay, and then from here then, let's slowly exhale, brace, let's lift up. Bring the hands all the way behind us. Inhale. Exhale, let's brace as we slide the feet in and plant them down. Just take a breath in, adjust the hands. You want to play around with the different angles. Squeeze the shoulders together, push down into the feet and hands. Let's lift the hips. So inhale, keep squeezing the shoulders, open the front shoulders, chest, push the hips through. And then exhale as we lower up and back down. So just 3 more. So just repeating one last time. Inhale, let's lift back. Oh, inhale, exhale as we lift up. So don't worry too much about the breathing. As long as we're breathing, inhale. Exhale, let's lower. Inhale. Exhale, push down, lift back up. Tabletop, inhale. And exhale as you lower. Last time, then inhale at the bottom. Reset the hands, exhale, lift up. So inhale. And exhale, we stay sat down. So let's straighten out the right leg this time. Let's bring our right hand behind us. So you're going to roll onto your little toe side of the right foot. So you push down into your left foot as well, right hand, and we're lifting out into a wild thing. So So we're just driving straight up. You can either keep the left foot glued down, but I'm going to come onto your tiptoes so you get a little bit more arch on this front body there, stretching. Keep pushing down, spread the weight nice through that underneath hand. Okay, so we'll be spinning into down dog from here. So let's get more weight into the right foot, less in the left. Start to maybe lift the left foot, brace as we turn ourselves round so we're facing the other way. If you want to pedal out one more time, pedal out. If we need to be off the hands, we can always come into all fours as well. So we'll reach the left foot back in at this time, inhale. Exhale, let's bring the left knee under towards the forehead. So down dog split, knee under plank, sorry, and then inhale, down dog split, pushing into the right leg a bit further. Exhale, left knee towards the forehead, knee under plank, and then inhale, down dog split, pushing deeper. 2 more, exhale, knee under. Inhale as you kick back. Last time, then exhale, knee under, so you can keep the knee under, really try and drive the knee up as high as you can to your chest. When you're ready to rest, we'll drop your left knee towards the right hand, lower your left hip to the ground, spin the right foot round as you do, and then just adjust yourself so you're sat as even as possible on your sit bones. Support the left knee if you need to with a block, or bend the right knee as well if you need to, make it easier. Inhale, let's lift, so ground down, lift the chest, lengthen. Exhale, just folding straight down the middle. So if you can flex the right foot and just notice if it gets pulled in one way or the other. Inhale, let's lift the chest back up. Exhale as we start to fold. So we can lift just a little bit up to try and find a bit more length. So rather than coming all the way up, we can just find a little bit more length. Try and pull your chest more to the front, and then exhale. Just do that one more time. So inhale just a little bit out of it. Try and get a little bit more, find a bit more space, and then exhale. And we'll just stay in for another 4 breaths. And just see what you're feeling is right inner thigh, or hamstrings, left hip, back of the body, both sides. And then we'll inhale, we'll sit back up, or exhale, brace to sit up. Inhale, hands either side of the left leg onto our right tiptoe. And then step your left foot to the inside of the left hand. Exhale, let's walk ourselves round so we're facing the front again. So now we're over the right leg. Okay, so we can slide the left foot further away. We can bring our feet hip width. We can rest the knee on the floor for these lunges if you prefer. Otherwise, just keep the left leg really strong behind us. Ground into the left hand, and then right hand can circle around and up, so it's twist to the side. So keep scooping that right hip, outer hip in if it tends to swoop out, and keep pressing into that right foot, spread the weight through it. You can shoot off that back foot, and so you can come right onto your tiptoe or try and get less weight into that back foot. Keep turning open. You can always turn the gaze to that right hand too if you like to. A little bit harder, let's get weight that's in the left hand. So just come onto your fingertips, so you really push into that right foot. Right hand can come behind the back, left elbow can cross over the knee, and you can gently push the knee into the arm into the knee to help you twist without shooting the knee one way with the arm. So try and keep the legs in the same position there. Push into your right foot, inhale, let's lift up into a high lunge or hands back down, central lunge. Exhale, let's come back into the twist. So just 3 more. Inhale, swooping the hands back up. Exhale, lean into your twist. So again, inhale, push into your right foot, let's scoot back up, don't worry if you're wobbling. Exhale as you twist. And final time, inhale, push down, let's wave up. And exhale, twist. This is an extra twist now. Inhale, then let's come back to centre. We're going to step into your downward facing dog. I think there's an extra one. So slide in the right foot underneath you there, and or pedal out if you like. So let's take a vinyasa. Inhale, let's roll forward into your plank or kneeling plank. Exhale, let's squeeze the elbows in and slow ourselves down. And take the feet, let's wave ourselves up into a cobra, keeping the hips down, feet grounded, shoulders back, elbows in, head back. and exhale, let's lower. So we'll take a kneeling push-up or a full plank inhale, exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale onto at it toes, exhale, bend the knees, look for walk, step in or hop into step. And then let's bring the legs back through in front. So let's keep your right leg straight, let's keep your left leg straight. Let's step your right foot over the top, and let's hold on to your ankle, your right ankle with the left hand. And so you can slide the knee on top of the other knee. Make sure this hip's okay with that ankle. Find a good position for the foot. So as much as you can, kind of pin in this left leg down. Sitting nice and upright. Let's inhale, lift the chest. It's a bigger stretch now down the back underneath leg. Hopefully exhale as we start to fold over. So again, just feel yourself lifting slightly on the inhale. And curl the toes up. Exhale, maybe folding a bit further. So it's quite a big stretch, I find. The left underneath leg, back body. Inhale, lift, exhale. Just take your time. One more. And I'm just going to stay still. If you want to play around with the head position here, tucking the chin or resting the forehead, notice how the line of the pull changes quite a bit, I find. So make sure not overdoing anything. And then inhale, let's sit back up. Let's bring the the hand behind us and step the right foot back over the top. So we're going to be coming into our plank, reverse plank position or tabletop. So find that comfortable position for the hands. Let's push down into your feet and then start to lift up, keeping that left leg out straight in front of you. A little bit more challenging now. We can have a go at lifting up the left leg, so really push into that right leg. So see if you can lift, otherwise we stay still. So you can keep lifting that left hip in line with the right, keep pressing into the hands and squeeze the shoulders together, really press the arms straight. So a couple more breaths here. And then exhale, let's lower the hips back down, keep the left leg straight. So you're going to spin into your wild thing, so left hand comes onto the ground behind you, right hand's going to swoop overhead as we lift. And we're going to just step the right foot now over the top of the left leg and just place the right foot back on the floor. So like a side plank here, rather than wild thing. Draw the ribs in and keep reaching the right hand over the head and keep find a nice position for that underneath ankle, foot, hand as well. So another breath in. Exhale, drop your right hand down as we step backwards into our downward facing dog. So just keep your left foot on the floor. Inhale, reach the right foot back and up. Exhale, let's bend the right knee and turn the hips open to the side and keep pushing the floor away with the hands. Keep pressing back into that underneath left leg there. Keep twisting, open, keep bringing your foot to your bum. Scoot that left hip underneath hip through a little more. Inhale to level back out. Exhale, let's bring the right knee under towards the forehead. This time, let's keep your body still. Let's kick back into a one-legged plank. So try and not lift your hips up this time. Exhale, right knee under. Inhale, one-legged plank. And really brace and hold your spine in that nice long position. Exhale, knee under. Inhale, one-legged plank. Really lift out the shoulders too. Last time then, exhale, knee under. Inhale, one-legged plank. Exhale, let's bring the right knee across towards the left hand. I did last time. And then lowering your bum back down so we come down to sit. So let's bring the right foot now and just place the right foot on the floor. Lift your hips up and then we'll lean onto your left leg and maybe bring the right leg behind us. So internally rotating that right hip. If that doesn't feel comfortable, you can play around with the position and see if you can find a comfortable space. You might need to sit up on top of something as well, or adjust yourself to sit upright. If this doesn't feel good at all, you can just maybe keep that right leg straight to the side instead. Okay, so as inhale, lift the chest up. More of these waves, there's a lot of waving today. Exhale, we're going to slowly fold inside the leg. Maybe flex this left foot. Be strong through that left leg. Inhale, just lift and find a little bit more length. It may be very subtle, the movements, especially if it's quite deep. Exhale as we fold. So quite a big stretch I find, especially the more you split the legs. the more you bring that right knee behind, you find that in that inner thigh or hamstrings of that left leg, maybe right hips, thigh might be feeling it too, especially if you're really splitting the legs. Well, it depends on this tension. But stay still then for 4 breaths. So draw the shoulders back. Be quite active here. You can really turn the toes out and engage your left thigh. Make sure the knee's okay with what you're doing. Okay, and then we just slowly back it out of the stretch. Just slowly bring the right leg back in. Just rotate it the other way around. And then just bring the hands outside the right leg. Push down into the left foot hands. Just bring the right foot to the inside of the hands, or wherever it ends up. It doesn't matter if it ends up quite far back. We can turn, move it back in a moment. We're going to spin around so it's facing the left leg. And we can always readjust the right leg, slide it back from there then. Okay, so it's easier now if you have blocks for the hands to give yourself a bit more height. So just inhale, lift and lengthen, and try and lift your body off the leg and try and find a space. So instead of really rounding your back or really arching, try and find somewhere in between. You can even do a bit of a cat-cow, but the lower back feels doesn't ache or. So, we're going to have a go at pulling this left leg straight. So as you inhale, as we start to straighten the left leg, you may not straighten, so easy you can come away from the leg more and more and more. More intense, the hands to stay down on the floor and chin towards the shin. So we're working to straighten the left leg, maybe push into the right heel. And then inhale, let's bend the left knee again. And keep bracing, keep holding your body off the leg. Exhale as we pull the hips backwards. Keep your spine long, neck long, shoulders away from the ears. And then inhale as we bend the knee. So 2 more. Exhale as we pull the hips back or start to straighten that left leg. Inhale as we bend. Try and stand nice and even on the left foot as well. And then last one, then we're going to keep the hips pulled back. You can keep that right leg quite far away. You can always draw it in if you want more of a traditional. We're coming into revolve triangle. So a more long lunge revolve triangle, keep the legs where they are. You can always shuffle in, keep legs where they are. Let's swoop the left hand around and up like we did in that lunge just a moment ago. And then we keep working to straighten the left leg, keep turning the chest open. Easily the higher up you are, so you just come up onto a block if you need to. The more intense the hands to the floor, it can be even the outside of the other hand. And if you do want to use the more traditional, that right foot can slide in. You can ground the right foot down and get a bit more stretch for the calf, maybe of that underneath leg, back leg. Harder, get weight this on the fingers on the right hand. Even hands off the floor is quite a lot of work to hold. Keep scooping the hips together, inner thighs together. I'm going to stay with my fingers, I think. Especially if you've gone for the further reaching triangle, it might be quite intense to take the hands off. Keep bracing, really pull your belly in, your shoulders away from the ears. Keep scooping that left hip in. And then on the exhale, let's drop the hands back down. Press down into the hands and step backwards into your down facing dog. Shake off the legs. Okay, so as inhale, lift and roll forward into your plank. Exhale, let's lower ourselves down. Use your knees if we need to. Inhale, let's wave ourselves up into our cobra. Shoulders back. And exhale, let's lower ourselves back down. Full push-up or a kneeling push-up. Inhale into your plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale onto tiptoes. Exhale, bend, walk, step, hop to sit. And let's float the legs through. Okay, so let's sit nice and upright. We're going to keep the right leg straight as we cross the left leg over the top. Hold on to your left foot with the right hand. Slide the knee more and over across. Sit as upright as you can. So quite a big stretch on the back of the right leg. Lift the chest, inhale. Exhale as we start to fold forward. So we do 3 more breaths. Wave in. Inhale. Exhale, fold. If you want more, curl the toes. 2 more. Inhale, wave up a little. And exhale. So it may just be, if you're getting a big stretch where you are, it may just be the inhale, feel yourself kind of lift slightly with the air in your lungs, and then exhale as you the air moves out, your body may melt a bit further. If you want to play around with the tucking the chin here, and keeping your neck nice and long. So quite a big stretch down the back of the right leg, back of the body. So just notice all the differences in the different positions that we put ourselves in these seated postures. Okay, so from here, let's slowly roll ourselves back up on the breath out. If you folded, hands behind your back, find a comfortable position for the tabletop, and cross the leg, press down into your left foot, right foot can stay straight, and then lift the hips. If you want a little bit more challenge from there, we can push into your left foot, maybe lift the right leg in the air, really try and straighten the right leg. Keep lifting the right hip up in line with the left, keep pressing into the hands, keep rolling the shoulders. So keep lifting while we're working that left leg so you can stay, keep bracing. And when we're ready to move on, we'll lower the right leg back down and then lower the hips back down. Coming into our wild thing, right hand comes behind us, push into your left foot. Let's turn the right foot to the side, let's lift the hips up. And then see if you can get the right foot like a side plank, so you're on the little toe side of the right foot. So you can step the left foot over the top, plant the left foot down there, and keep bracing, keep lifting out the right shoulder, reaching that left hand overhead. Keep pulling your belly in, lifting that right hip up, rounding through that right hand. When you're ready to move on, then the left hand's going to drop down and we'll step backwards into downward facing dog. Inhale, let's reach the left foot back and up. Exhale, bend the left knee and turn our hips to the side and keep pressing into that right underneath leg. Just spend a couple breaths. More planks coming up on the hands. Inhale to level back out. Exhale, let's bring the left knee towards the forehead and try and keep lifting up the shoulders, so really push into the hands. Inhale, kick your left leg back into a plank, one-legged plank. 3 more. Exhale, left knee under, really push into those hands, try and be really strong, feel the arms. Inhale, one-legged plank. 2 more, really brace. Exhale, left knee under. Inhale, one-legged plank. And last one, exhale, left knee under. Inhale, one-legged plank, might be an extra one. Exhale, left knee towards the right hand, across the body. Let's lower your left hip down and swivel yourself around to start. Let's sit nice and upright, let's bend, step the left foot on the floor, lean onto your right hip and slide the left foot behind. And just play around with the angle, so it's okay. If you can, let's sit upright. You might need to sit on top of something. And then if you're getting a stretch upright, don't worry about folding as well. So that we just want to feel the stretch. Could be inner thigh, that left leg, hamstrings, it could be this left thigh. So if you're not feeling it, then we'll add the folds in. So lift the chest, exhale as we walk ourselves further. And just play around with what feels good for your body. Do 4 breaths and then just stay in wherever feels nice. Okay, so when we're ready to move on, let's sit back up. Let's rotate this left hip back round. Let's spin round onto our hands, come to our right tiptoe. And step the left foot to the inside of the hands, and then if you need a block, let's take the block. Let's walk ourselves around so we're facing our around our right foot there. So you can rest the left knee on the floor for this if you want, or stay and you can come higher on blocks. Try and lift the chest up, try and find that long spine position. Inhale, exhale, let's pull the hips back to straighten the right leg. Doesn't have to straighten, just feel the stretch. Instead of locking the knee, just keep the knee a little soft. Inhale, let's bend the right knee back over the ankle. Exhale, let's lean, pull our hips backwards. Start to straighten that underneath leg. That's it. And then inhale as we bend the knee back over the ankle. So 2 more. Exhale as we pull the hips back, pull the hollow of your stomach, or really draw your belly in. Keep scooping that right hip or inner thighs together. Inhale, bend the knee. And then last one, then exhale as we pull the hips back. I'm going to stay in here. So you can keep, either slide the left foot in a little bit narrower so you can push the left hip down, or just stay on your left hip toe in a further position. You can really push into that left heel wherever you are. So it'll be a bit more intense if you step further back on the underneath leg. And so make sure it's not too much for the joints or anything. So make sure you're staying strong and keeping the knee a little soft and engaging. So left hand can stay on a block or on the floor. Let's circle the right hand around and up. So we're twisting. Notice the change in pull as well as you add the twist in. You may find a bit more on that outer thigh and glutes as well as hamstrings. So the harder you're lower to the floor with that left hand, your body or outside the foot, a bit of balance challenge too. Okay, so keep twisting, shoulder over knees. If you want to turn the gaze at top hand, you can. Keep drawing your belly in. Keep working to straighten the leg. Just keeping that right hip in or right hip back, left hip forward, depending on what we're doing. And then we might want to get weightless on that left hand. Make sure we spread the weight through that right foot. Really push into that right foot. Push the floor away. It's quite tough if you've gone for a further reaching position. I find that very challenging on my legs. Okay, so when you're ready to move on, let's cartwheel the hand back down to the floor and slide the right foot back underneath us, stepping into our downward facing dog. So a little vinyasa if you like to. Inhale, roll forward into plank. Kneeling plank. Exhale, lie down. And tuck. Inhale, lift into your cobra. And exhale, slower. Full push up or kneeling push up. Inhale, plank. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift onto tiptoes, ready to sit. Exhale, bend, let's get to sit. And then uncross the legs. Okay, so let's pick our hips up and place them down. Hands behind our back and straighten out both legs. Maybe point the toes towards the floor. Roll the shoulders together, push down and see we can lift up into a full reverse tabletop, full reverse plank. Easier bend the knees. This can be quite strong for the back of the legs here. And ankles, so you can keep curling the toes down to stretch the front of the ankles there. So just do what feels good. Keep driving the hips up without overly squeezing the glutes. Keep lifting, keep squeezing the shoulders. Another inhale. And exhale, let's lower your bum back down. Keep your left leg where it is, step the right foot in, left hand behind your back, just cartwheel into your wild thing, so push down, lift, left foot turns to the side. And like last time, let's step the right foot over the top of the left leg. Now we may have a go at lifting the right foot off the floor. We can hover the right foot, we can hold the knee, we can maybe hold the big toe with the right foot, and maybe straighten out the right leg to get a nice stretch. Hamstrings maybe, and then lifting the right foot up for a bit more for the inner thigh pelvis towards the ceiling. It's quite an advanced side plank with the toe hold, so feel free to stay with the foot in front or behind. When you're ready to move on, remember this is the final bit, we're almost finished. When you're ready to move on, we'll swivel back round into our downward facing dog there. Okay. So just keep your left foot grounded, inhale, reach the right foot back and up. Exhale, bend the right knee and turn our hip open to the side. Just get weightless on the right hand, shift the weight onto the left hand. Start to turn the left foot to the edge of the mat again. And we're coming back into a wild thing maybe, or just stay there. Lifting the hips up, so same again from down dog. From there, we're not going to stay too long, let's brace. Let's see if we can bring the right knee back underneath, towards the chest. Pause still. And then lower the knee towards the floor, inhale. Rest it down a lot easier if you want to. Exhale now, let's try and drive the knee back up. See if you can pull it up towards the ceiling through your chest. Inhale, rest the knee back down or hover. Go for the rest. Again, exhale, try and drive the right knee up. So we're just lifting and lowering the right knee. And then inhale, rest the right knee down or hover. Again, exhale, lift the right knee off the floor as high as you can to your chest. And inhale, rest or hover. It's your last one. Exhale, really lift the right knee. Really lift, lift, lift. And then land the right knee back down across towards the left hand and swivel to sit. Okay, last time swiveling to sit. So let's straighten out both legs for the wide leg position. Lift the hips up, pick yourself up, tip your pelvis. Now we're just going to rock side to side. So, and just gradually come further. If you're feeling a stretch upright, stay upright. So inner thighs, hamstring. Otherwise we'll go further forward. So full breath, just rock side to side. Shoulders away from the ears. Be active through the legs, turning the toes up or pointing the toes. So we've got revolved half moon coming up. Before we do the other side then, we'll be back in Shavasana before we know it. So as inhale, lift the chest back up, and then exhale, let's step over the right leg, push into the hands, and step the right foot to the inside of the right hand, and then walk ourselves back round so we're facing the left leg. Easy if we've got a block as well, more intense, no blocks. So lift the chest up, nice long spine, and then exhale, let's bring the right knee now to meet the left knee and really curl up here, sit low into the left leg. So right hand can come a bit more forward. We're going to start to kick the right leg out as we straighten out the left leg and lift the chest up like a warrior 3. Exhale, let's curl back up again, knee towards the chest, sit low into the left leg. Inhale as we kick the right leg behind, lift the chest up like a warrior 3. Exhale as we curl back up, sit low into the left leg. And inhale as you kick the right leg, try and work to straighten out the left leg, really reach the right leg straight. Exhale as we curl back up. It's time to circle the left hand around at the same time as we kick the right leg straight. We're trying to turn our chest open to the side there. And then keep drawing the shoulders back away from the ears. Keep reaching that right leg straight. Keep levelling off the hips like a warrior 3 really, with just a twist. Your upper body, keep working to straighten the left leg. Spread the foot weight through the left foot. Keep draping that right heel away. Shoulders back and down. Keep lifting that right leg as it gets tired. Reaching. When you're ready to move on, we'll land the right leg back on the floor, cartwheel the hands down, and then step backwards into downward facing dog. Inhale, let's ripple forward into plank. Exhale, squeeze the elbows in. You can lower all the way down. If you know ab dog, feel free for it. Halfway up down. Otherwise, we'll lift up into cobra. So aiming for a front stretch with no pain in the low back. Exhale, let's lower. Inhale, let's push up. And exhale into down dog. Inhale, lift onto tiptoes. Exhale, bend the knees, walk, step or hop to sit. And then bringing the legs out in front. Last time then. So hands back behind you, point the toes, soften the knees, push into the heels. Let's lift out into our final tabletop or reverse plank. So the last little bit now, so really see. Keep lifting, keep stretching the front of the feet, working those hamstrings or back body. So not just long, they're strong. And exhale, let's lower your bum back down. Step your right foot in, that's the right way, left foot in. Right hand stays behind us, so left foot's pressing into the floor for a wild thing. Left hand's overhead, stepping the left foot over the top. So we've got the big toe hold side plank. If we fancy it, we can get weightless on that left foot. We may not straighten the leg, we can hold the knee. We may hold the foot, we may straighten the left leg, we may lift the left leg up. Keep lifting that underneath hip up as well. Really spread the weight through that right hand. Keep bracing, it's quite tough. As soon as we're ready to move on, we'll be shaking back off in our downward facing dogs there. Inhale, let's lift the left leg back up in the air behind. Exhale, bend the left knee, turn our hips open. Let's have a go at entering wild thing from here. So right hand's going to stay grounded. We're getting weightless on the left hand. Left hand may come off the floor, you can spin. Left foot steps to the outside of the right leg, lifting the hips up. We're not holding here too long, so let's inhale, lift the left foot back off the floor. Exhale, let's bring the left knee underneath towards our forehead and then just rest it on the floor. So last bit of pressing and planks. We're going to do 4 left knee raises to the chest. We can hold the knee in the air the whole time if we've got the energy to do so. Exhale, let's bring the left knee as high as we can. Really push the arms straight and then inhale. So really good these presses to help with arm balances too. Exhale, left knee under if you like arm balances. And inhale as we lower or hover. 2 more, exhale as we lift. Exhale everything and inhale as we lower. Last one, and exhale, really drive the knee up. Exhale everything and inhale as we rest. Just put the hand towards the opposite, knee towards the opposite hand and then swivel ourselves round. So let's try going a bit wider this time, so as wide as possible. There's no pain in the hips or anything, not too much for the inner knees either. So if you want to soften the knees or come to a diamond shape with the legs instead, we can go diamonds. So you can bring the hands behind you and so you can put in your hips through a little bit more, keeping the feet where they are if you want to go a little bit further. And you may need to stay upright if you're going ultra wide. Otherwise we can just take our time folding in. So last time, feel free to, as you open more, maybe to slide your hips in between the feet a bit more. Notice how both sides feel, both inner thighs. One more breath then. And then from there then we'll slowly lift ourselves up if you folded, or slide the legs in a bit narrower if you went really wide. Let's bend the left knee, put the hands either side of the left leg as we step the left foot to the inside of the left hand and wiggle ourselves round over the right leg. Okay, final time then. Exhale, let's bring the left knee towards the right leg, and then see if you can lengthen, lift the chest out easier with blocks or something underneath the hands to give yourself a bit more height. Exhale, we're going to really curl up, so sit as low as you can into that right foot, bring the left knee in as tight as possible, and then inhale, let's lift the chest up as we kick the legs straight. It may not straighten the right leg if this feels a lot of tension, so just keep watching that. Exhale as you curl up, inhale as you stretch out. So 2 more, exhale as you curl up, inhale as you open. Harder with no blocks as well, just taking it easy. Exhale, curl up, and then inhale, circle the right hand around as you keep the left leg straight behind you, so it's twisting, shoulders away from the ears. Really reach the left leg straight. You can point the ball of the foot away or turn the toes towards the floor. So your body's like a warrior 3. So just check what you're doing. Sometimes we tend to lift our left hip and then we may find it a bit more tricky to twist. So you can keep the hips level. Harder, less weight on the left hand. I don't think I said that last time. But you can just have the hands off the floor reaching away. It's quite a lot of work to balance there. When you feel like ready to move on, dropping the foot down, drop the hands down, and stepping back for a final vinyasa. If you don't fancy vinyasa, we'll just be coming to child's pose. So inhale, roll into plank. Exhale, we can lower for our cobras or an up dog. Inhale, and exhale, let's lower. So we're pressing up onto the knees and inhale, we'll do one last push up or kneeling push up. And then exhale, just pull our hips back and just sit back and just have a little rest there. So you're going to rock side to side. Okay, so I'm going to, if anyone fancies headstand, if you've done it before, you've loved it, we're going to talk you through a headstand. Have a go at piking the hips up and lifting that way. If you want to use a wall for support, or if you have a person next to you that can support at the hips, feel free to. If you've not done it before and you'd rather not as well, because there will be options where you don't have to lift the legs, so don't feel any pressure. Instead, what would be a nice option would be to just stand in a forward bend. So I'll show you the easier option and then we'll try the headstand if anyone wants to do. So if we don't headstand, we're just going to come into our down dogs, walk the feet in, maybe halfway, and then just dangle down, just let go of the head, your shoulders, the arms, and then you can keep the knees quite soft if you need to. You might want to pedal them up. So a nice stretch down the back of the body, like we did seated at the start, just relaxing the arms. So you get a bit of benefits of being upside down, but if you do fancy headstand, if you know what you're doing, go for it. Otherwise, depending on arm proportions, then we may go for the supported headstands, but if our humerus isn't long enough that our heads is taking all the weight, and we can, even with the pressure up, that we don't get any weight through the arms, then tripod will probably be safer. If you can get that press through, and so that the head is clear of the floor of the arms, so your head will take some weight, but this will make sure you can get some through the arms. Then we can have a go at the supported one, which is probably the safer option. So you can squeeze the elbows in So you're making a triangle base rather than having a wide base there. So elbows are squeezing in and the crown of the head's placed down on the floor. And instead of hunching the shoulders here, you want to try and draw the shoulders away from the ears and be really active through the arms. So you're really bringing them away from your ears and pushing down, trying to create space and length in the neck. And then from there we can come onto our tiptoes and have a go at almost bringing the hips more over, really push through the arms. You can even have the head off the floor as well. So as you pull, try and drag the feet in. You may find a kind of natural kind of hover point. So you want to try and scoop the hips behind you. You might have a go at a few of them. And the legs, if you can, it's a lot of stretch in the back of them though, to keep the legs straight, so you're like a forward fold there. Then you may get to the point where you feel comfortable to lift one leg at a time or maybe even both. Keep squeezing the legs together, keep the legs strong. Embrace, your belly's pulled in, you're active through the arms, the shoulders aren't hunching up, you're pressing the floor away. Otherwise stay with the dangle a little bit longer, we'll be moving on in a moment. Nice deep breaths. So if you want to, you can pull the hips back as you slowly lower the legs down to counter your balance and control yourself. Down from there, we may push through dolphin, through down dog, and end up in your dangle, or you may just stay in a child's pose. Any position that you're kind of relaxing the neck and head, and just breathe, easy, relax. Okay, from here then, we're going to walk. If you want to stay there a bit longer, you may want to stay there a bit longer. Otherwise, we're going to walk, step a hop, the feet to sit, face through. And then just bring the legs back out in front. Okay, so just got a little bit of core before we lie down. So we had those roll ups. If you want to keep the legs on the floor, and we're going to roll down for 4 breaths. Otherwise, we can come into a boat and take full counts, or feet, legs straight, full boat or a half boat, or feet on the floor. Okay, I'll go for both. So up to you which one you want to do. So just inhale. Exhale, we're going to lower a little bit, keep bracing. And then inhale, let's come back up again. So just 3 more. Exhale as we lower, maybe a little bit further, but it's maybe even to a dish. And then inhale, come back up. Might want to go straight. Exhale, lower into a dish, or not, just a little bit. Keep pulling your belly in, and then inhale back up. And then last one, exhale, we'll lower. If you've got loads of energy, hold a bit longer. As soon as you feel you want to rest, you can drop the legs down. Keep going with those though. And eventually we're going to end up lying on our back. So if you want to do a few more of those, or really pause and at the bottom and really brace. Let's see what you feel. So if you feel your body wants to do anything particular, feel free to do your final stretch. So you may just want to stay here now for Shavasana, or if maybe a bridge or upward facing bow. Just see how you're happy, baby. So just notice what your body feels like. I feel pretty ready for Shavasana, but just do what feels good for you. Okay, so we can just come back to our breathing focus that we did at the start, and we'll take 4 breaths in and out. So if you like, you can put your hands on your belly and just feel your belly expand underneath you on the inhale, and then exhaling your belly full. Again, nice big breath in. I want to move your hands onto your ribs and feel them expand outwards. Your belly still rising. And exhale. And one more. Now just pop our hands behind, and just now, without any effort, we're just going to focus on our breathing. So just paying attention to how you breathe naturally. Quite tricky to not control it when you're paying attention to it. So you can keep just noticing. Notice any thoughts that come and go as well, without being too distracted or involved in them. keep bringing yourself back to your breathing. Spend the last moment then just focusing on one thing you feel really grateful for in your life, absolutely anything. So you can bring about the feelings of gratitude. Start some little movements. Wiggle your fingers or toes or stretch. Some deep breaths in. And we'll bring our knees across to our right hand side. Just give that a little hug. If you're ready to, then we'll just slowly come to a seated position. And we just take a big breath in and stretch up. And breathe out and bring the hands together in front of you. And thank you so much for joining this morning. What's it, everyone?